Hello and welcome, my friends. I hope you are doing well in your life. Today's topic is very important for me personally because I know many people are living for everyone except themselves. They are trying to make everyone happy. They are trying to be good for everyone. They are trying to adjust, understand, forgive, smile, and stay strong. But deep inside, they are tired. They are silent. They are confused. They are losing their own peace. And the saddest thing is this: many people do not even realize how valuable they are. You guys are so worth it. But the thing is, you just don't know it. You think your value depends on how people treat you. You think your worth depends on who stays with you. You think your importance depends on how much people need you. But that is not true. You are valuable even when people do not understand you. You are valuable even when someone ignores you. You are valuable even when you are alone. You are valuable even when you are still healing. You do not need to lose yourself to prove your love. You do not need to destroy your peace to keep someone in your life. You do not need to say yes every time just to be accepted. Choosing yourself first does not mean you are selfish. It means you are finally honest with your own soul. It means you stop abandoning yourself for people who may never understand your pain. It means you stop living only for approval. It means you start asking yourself, what do I need? What gives me peace? What is hurting me? What kind of life do I really want? This video is not here to make you angry at people. It is not here to make you cold-hearted. It is not here to tell you to hate anyone. This video is here to remind you that you matter too. Your peace matters. Your dreams matter. Your mental health matters. Your voice matters. Your future matters. Your life matters. Because if you keep choosing everyone and never choose yourself, one day you may wake up and feel like your life does not belong to you anymore. You may have pleased many people but lost your own heart. You may have avoided many arguments but created a war inside yourself. You may have stayed for others but disappeared from your own life. So today, let us talk honestly. Not loudly, not dramatically, but truthfully. If you are learning English, this video will also help you practice simple and powerful English. Listen carefully, and if this video touches your heart, subscribe to this channel for more simple, honest, and peaceful English lessons. Before we start the lessons, I want to say something from my heart. My friends, you guys are very important to me, and I truly mean that. Maybe I do not know all of you personally. Maybe I do not know your name. Maybe I do not know your story. Maybe I do not know what pain you are carrying silently. But still, I want you to know this. You matter to me. Your life matters to me. Your peace matters to me. Your healing matters to me. Your future matters to me. That is why I am making this video, not just for views, not just for content, not just to upload another video. I am making this because I know many people are tired inside. Many people are smiling, but their heart is heavy. Many people are helping others, but no one is asking them, "Are you okay?" Many people are loving others, but they are not receiving the same love back. Many people are choosing everyone, but they are forgetting themselves. And I do not want you to forget yourself. I do not want you to spend your whole life proving your worth to people who do not even see your heart. I do not want you to lose your dreams just to keep everyone comfortable. I do not want you to become silent just because people do not understand your voice. I do not want you to suffer alone and think, maybe I am not important. No, my friend, you are important. You are so, so important. Even if someone made you feel small, you are important. Even if someone ignored your pain, you are important. Even if someone left you, you are important. Even if you made mistakes, you are important. Even if you are still healing, you are important. Your worth is not gone because someone failed to value you. Your light is not gone because someone could not see it. Your heart is not useless because someone did not protect it. Please listen carefully. You are not just a person watching this video. You are a human being with feelings. You are a human being with dreams. You are a human being with a heart that has survived many things. And I respect that. I respect your struggle. I respect your silent battles. I respect the way you are still trying. I respect the way you are still here. So please take care of yourself. Take care of your mind. Take care of your heart. Take care of your health. Take care of your peace. Take care of the person inside you who has been waiting for love, kindness, and rest. And yes, I love you all. I say that with respect. I say that with care. I say that because I truly want the best for you. I want you to choose yourself. I want you to stop abandoning yourself. I want you to stop thinking that your life is less important than other people's expectations. I want you to look at yourself and say, I matter too. My heart matters too. My peace matters too. My dreams matter too. My life matters too. You are not here only to survive. You are here to live. You are here to heal. You are here to grow. You are here to become peaceful. You are here to become stronger. You are here to become the person your soul knows you can become. So before we start, promise yourself one thing. Say it slowly. I will not abandon myself anymore. I will not treat myself like I am nothing. I will not lose myself just to be accepted. I will choose myself with love. I will protect my peace. I will come back to myself. My friends, I love you all. Please take care of yourself. You are very important to me, and you are very important to this world, even if you cannot see it right now. Never forget your worth. Never forget your heart. Never forget yourself. Lesson 1. Why people don't choose themselves. Many people do not choose themselves because they are afraid. They are afraid of being judged. They are afraid of being called selfish. They are afraid of losing people. They are afraid of disappointing their family. They are afraid of being alone. They are afraid that if they choose themselves, people will stop loving them. So they stay silent. They say yes when their heart says no. They agree even when they are uncomfortable. They smile even when they are hurt. They keep giving even when they are empty. They keep showing up for people who never show up for them. And slowly, this becomes a habit. At first, they think, I am just being kind. I am just being understanding. I am just being mature. I do not want to hurt anyone. But after some time, kindness without self-respect becomes pain. Understanding without boundaries becomes exhaustion. Maturity without honesty becomes silent suffering. Yes, it is good to care about people. It is good to help. It is good to love. But if caring for others means destroying yourself, then something is wrong. You were not born only to be useful to other people. You were not born only to fix everyone. You were not born only to carry everyone's emotions. You were not born only to keep people comfortable while you are breaking inside. You are also a human being. You also need rest. You also need respect. You also need love. You also need space. You also need to be heard. One big reason people do not choose themselves is guilt. They feel guilty when they say no. They feel guilty when they rest. They feel guilty when they follow their dream. They feel guilty when they put their peace first. But listen carefully. Guilt does not always mean you are doing something wrong. Sometimes guilt only means you are doing something new. If you spent your whole life pleasing others, then choosing yourself will feel uncomfortable in the beginning. It will feel strange. It will feel wrong. But that does not mean it is wrong. It only means your soul is learning a new way to live. For example, imagine your friend always calls you only when they need something. They never ask how you are. They never support you. They never respect your time. But whenever they call, you answer. Even when you are tired. Even when you are busy. Even when you need peace. One day you finally say, "I cannot talk right now. I need some rest." Suddenly, you feel guilty. But ask yourself, did you do something wrong? No. You simply respected your own energy. That is choosing yourself. Choosing yourself does not mean you stop loving people. It means you stop losing yourself while loving people. Another reason people do not choose themselves is approval. They want people to like them. They want people to accept them. They want people to say, "You are good. You are nice. You are always there for me." But sometimes, being liked by everyone costs too much. It costs your peace. It costs your real voice. It costs your dreams. It costs your confidence. It costs your identity. And the truth is, no matter how good you are, not everyone will understand you. No matter how much you give, some people will still complain. No matter how much you sacrifice, some people will still forget it. So do not build your life only on people's approval. Approval is unstable. Today, people praise you. Tomorrow, they may judge you. Today, they need you. Tomorrow, they may ignore you. But your relationship with yourself stays with you for your whole life. That is why you must choose yourself. Not with ego, not with anger, not with hatred, but with honesty. Ask yourself, where am I betraying myself? Where am I saying yes but feeling pain inside? Where am I living for approval? Where am I losing my peace? Where do I need to choose myself? These questions are not easy, but they are healing. Because the day you understand why you do not choose yourself, you can start changing it. You can start returning to yourself. Lesson 2. Walk away and save yourself. Sometimes choosing yourself means walking away. And this is one of the hardest lessons in life. Because walking away does not always mean you hate someone. Sometimes it means you finally love yourself enough to stop staying where you are not valued. Sometimes it means you are tired of explaining your pain to people who do not want to understand. Sometimes it means you are done begging for basic respect. Sometimes it means your peace is more important than your attachment. Walking away can be painful, but staying in the wrong place can destroy you slowly. There are some places where your soul cannot breathe. Some relationships where your heart becomes heavy. Some friendships where you feel small. Some environments where your confidence dies. Some conversations where you keep losing your peace. And if you keep staying there, you may start thinking that pain is normal. But pain is not always love. Confusion is not always love. Begging is not love. Losing yourself is not love. Constant anxiety is not love. Respect should not be something you beg for. Care should not be something you fight for every day. Peace should not feel impossible. If a place keeps hurting your spirit again and again, Maybe the lesson is not to try harder. Maybe the lesson is to walk away. Let us take a simple example. Imagine you are holding a hot cup in your hand. It is burning your skin, but you keep holding it because you are afraid to drop it. You say, "What if I lose it? What if people judge me? What if I cannot find another cup?" But the longer you hold it, the more it burns you. At some point, saving yourself means putting it down. Some people, habits, and places are like that hot cup. You may love them. You may be attached to them. You may have memories with them. But if they are burning your peace, you must ask yourself, how long will I keep hurting myself just because I'm afraid to let go? Walking away is not weakness. Sometimes walking away is the strongest thing you can do. It means you are choosing healing over attachment, peace over chaos, self-respect over begging, growth over old pain. But walking away does not always mean physically leaving someone immediately. Sometimes walking away means emotionally stepping back. It means you stop chasing. You stop over-explaining. You stop forcing conversations. You stop trying to prove your worth. You stop giving your energy to people who only drain you. You stop waiting for someone to become kind when they keep choosing to hurt you. Walking away can also mean leaving an old version of yourself. Walk away from negative self-talk. Walk away from comparing yourself. Walk away from the habit of saying yes to everything. Walk away from the belief that you are not enough. Walk away from the fear that you cannot live without people's approval. Because sometimes the person you need to leave is not another person. Sometimes you need to leave the version of yourself that accepted too little, the version that begged for love, the version that stayed silent, the version that believed pain was normal, the version that forgot their own worth. And listen carefully. When you walk away to save yourself, not everyone will understand. Some people will call you selfish. Some people will say you changed. Some people will make you feel guilty. But sometimes you changed simply means you stopped allowing the same disrespect. That is not a bad change. That is growth. You are allowed to protect your peace. You are allowed to choose distance. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to stop explaining yourself to people who already decided not to understand. You are allowed to save yourself, because one day you will realize the peace you were afraid to choose was the peace you needed all along. And the person you were trying so hard to keep may not be more important than the person you were losing inside yourself. So, walk away when your soul is tired. Walk away when respect is missing. Walk away when your heart keeps breaking in the same place. Walk away when staying means losing yourself. Not with hatred, not with revenge, not with drama. Walk away quietly. Walk away wisely. Walk away peacefully. And save yourself. Because choosing yourself first begins the moment you stop staying where your spirit is not safe. Lesson 3. What you lose when you don't choose yourself. When you do not choose yourself, you do not lose everything at once. That is why it is dangerous. You lose yourself slowly, little by little, day by day. One small silence, one forced smile, one painful yes, one ignored feeling, one dream you delay, one boundary you do not protect. And after some time, you look at your life and ask, why do I feel so empty? Why am I always tired? Why do I feel far away from myself? This is what happens when you keep choosing everyone except yourself. You start losing your peace, because your mind is always busy thinking about other people. What will they think? Will they be angry? Will they leave me? Will they judge me? Will they understand? You cannot feel peaceful when your whole life is controlled by other people's reactions. Peace comes when you stop living like everyone's opinion is your responsibility. You also lose your voice. At first, you know what you want to say. You know what hurts you. You know what feels wrong. But you stay quiet because you do not want problems. You say, "It is okay, no problem, I understand, I am fine." But inside, you are not fine. And slowly, your real voice becomes weaker. You become very good at understanding others, but very bad at expressing yourself. That is painful, because a life without your own voice does not feel like your own life. You also lose your confidence. Many people think confidence means speaking loudly, but real confidence starts when you trust yourself. When you keep breaking your own promises, you lose self-trust. When you keep ignoring your own needs, you lose self-respect. When you keep accepting less than you deserve, your heart starts believing, "Maybe this is all I deserve." That is how confidence slowly dies. Not because you are weak, but because you keep treating yourself like you do not matter. You also lose your dreams. This is one of the saddest losses. Many people do not fail because they have no talent. They fail because they never choose their own path. They choose what family wants. They choose what society accepts. They choose what looks safe. They choose what people will not criticize. And slowly, their real dream becomes a quiet memory. They say, "One day, maybe later. Now is not the right time." But life keeps moving. And one day, they feel regret. Not because they tried and failed, but because they never truly tried. Listen carefully. There is a deep pain in living a life that looks correct from outside but feels empty inside. People may say, "You are doing well." But your heart may whisper, "This is not me." That is why choosing yourself matters. You also lose your energy. When you are always available for everyone, you become unavailable for yourself. You give your time. You give your attention. You give your emotional strength. You listen to everyone's problems. You carry everyone's feelings. But when you need someone, you feel alone. This kind of life makes you tired from inside. Not just physically tired, soul tired. You wake up tired. You sleep tired. You smile tired. You talk tired. Because your energy is going everywhere except back to you. And slowly, you lose your identity. You start asking, "What do I even like? What do I really want? What kind of life do I want? Who am I without people's expectations?" This is a serious question, because if you spend your whole life adjusting to others, you may forget your real self. You may become a person everyone likes, but you do not recognize yourself anymore. And that is not success. That is silent loss. Let us take a simple example. Imagine a person has a small garden. Every day, they water everyone else's garden. They help others grow flowers. They clean others' spaces. They admire others' plants. But they never water their own garden. After some time, their own garden becomes dry. Then they feel sad and say, "Why is my life not blooming?" The answer is simple. You gave all your water away. Your love is water. Your time is water. Your energy is water. Your attention is water. Your care is water. If you give all of it away and keep nothing for yourself, your inner garden will become dry. Choosing yourself means watering your own garden too. It does not mean you stop caring for others. It means you stop forgetting yourself. Because you cannot pour from an empty cup. You cannot give real love from a broken heart forever. You cannot support others while your own soul is collapsing. You cannot build a peaceful life if you are always betraying your own peace. So ask yourself honestly, what am I losing by not choosing myself? Am I losing peace? Am I losing confidence? Am I losing my dreams? Am I losing my voice? Am I losing my energy? Am I losing my real self? This question may hurt, but it can also wake you up. Because the goal is not to blame yourself. The goal is to come back to yourself. Start choosing yourself before the cost becomes too heavy. Start choosing your peace before your heart becomes numb. Start choosing your dream before regret becomes louder than fear. Start choosing your voice before silence becomes your personality. Start choosing your life before you become a stranger to yourself. You are not here only to survive for other people. You are here to live your own life too. And your life deserves your attention. Lesson 4. Learn to listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice is the quiet truth inside you. It is a part of you that knows when something feels right. And it also knows when something feels wrong. But many people ignore their inner voice because they are too busy listening to the world. They listen to family pressure. They listen to friends. They listen to society. They listen to fear. They listen to comparison. They listen to social media. They listen to guilt. But they do not listen to themselves. And when you ignore your inner voice for too long, life becomes confusing. You start asking everyone, what should I do? Should I stay? Should I leave? Should I start? Should I stop? Am I right? Am I wrong? But deep inside, many times you already know the answer. You just do not want to accept it, because the answer may require courage. Your inner voice may say, this relationship is hurting you. But fear says, what if I become alone? Your inner voice may say, you need to follow your dream. But doubt says, what if I fail? Your inner voice may say, you need rest. But guilt says, people will think you are lazy. Your inner voice may say, you deserve respect. But attachment says, maybe they will change. This is why listening to yourself is not easy, because your inner voice is peaceful, but fear is loud. Your inner voice is honest, but attachment is emotional. Your inner voice is simple, but overthinking makes everything complicated. So how do you hear your inner voice? First, create silence. You cannot hear your soul in constant noise. If your mind is always full of reels, messages, opinions, arguments, and comparison, your inner voice becomes buried. Spend a few minutes alone every day. No phone, no music, no distraction. Just sit, breathe, and ask yourself, how do I really feel? What is my heart trying to tell me? What am I pretending not to know? These questions are powerful because many people do not need more advice. They need more honesty. Second, notice your body. Your body often speaks before your mind understands. Some people make you feel relaxed. Some people make your chest feel heavy. Some decisions give you peace. Some decisions create tightness, stress, and fear. Of course, not every fear means something is wrong. Sometimes fear comes before growth. But there is a difference between growth fear and warning fear. Growth fear feels like, I am scared, but this can help me become better. Warning fear feels like, something here is hurting my self-respect. Learn the difference. For example, speaking English in front of people may feel scary, but that fear can be growth. It means you are stepping outside comfort. But staying in a friendship where you are constantly disrespected feels different. That is not growth fear. That is your inner voice saying, this is not healthy for you. Third, write your thoughts. Writing helps you hear yourself clearly. When thoughts stay in the mind, they become messy. But when you write them on paper, you can see the truth. Write. What is hurting me? What am I avoiding? What do I need right now? What do I want my life to feel like? What decision would bring me peace? Do not write to impress anyone. Write honestly, even if the truth is uncomfortable, because the truth you avoid becomes the pain you repeat. Fourth, stop asking everyone for permission. Advice is good, guidance is good, but if you ask too many people, you may become more confused. Some people will advise you from love, some from fear, some from their own experience, some from their own limitations. So listen to advice, but do not give your life completely to other people's opinions. At the end, you must live with your choices, not them. They may speak for 5 minutes, but you must carry the result for years. So respect your own inner wisdom. Fifth, practice small honesty. Do not wait for a big life decision to start listening to yourself. Start small. If you are tired, admit, I need rest. If you do not want to go somewhere, say, I cannot come today. If something hurts you, say, that hurt me. If you need space, say, I need some time for myself. Every time you listen to your inner voice in small things, it becomes stronger. You start trusting yourself again. And self-trust is one of the most beautiful feelings in life. Because when you trust yourself, you stop begging the world to guide every step. You become calmer, clearer, stronger, more peaceful. Let us take a simple example. Imagine your phone has a navigation system. If you keep ignoring the direction again and again, you will keep going to the wrong place. Your inner voice is also like a navigation system. It does not scream. It gently redirects you. It says, this way feels peaceful. This way feels wrong. Slow down. Speak up. Leave. Start. Rest. Try again. But if you keep ignoring it, life becomes more painful. So, from today, listen. Not to every fear, not to every emotion, not to every outside opinion. Listen to the deeper voice inside you. The voice that wants your peace. The voice that wants your growth. The voice that wants your honesty. The voice that wants you to stop abandoning yourself. Because choosing yourself begins when you finally listen to yourself. And the more you listen, the more you come home to who you really are. Lesson 5. Start choosing yourself in small ways. Choosing yourself does not always mean making a big decision. Sometimes it starts very small. It starts with one honest sentence, one peaceful boundary, one quiet no, one moment of rest, one small promise to yourself, one decision to stop ignoring your own feelings. Many people think choosing themselves means they must suddenly change their whole life. They think they must leave everyone, fight with everyone, or become cold. But that is not true. Real self-respect begins in small daily moments. Choosing yourself means you stop asking, how can I make everyone happy? And you start asking, how can I be honest with myself too? For example, choosing yourself can be resting when you are tired, speaking when something hurts you, saying no when your heart is not ready, taking time for your dream, eating properly, sleeping on time, walking away from unnecessary arguments, not replying immediately when you need peace, not explaining your life to everyone, not forcing yourself to stay where you feel disrespected. These things may look small, but they are not small. They are the beginning of self-respect. Because every small choice tells your heart, I matter. My peace matters. My time matters. My energy matters. My life matters. That message is powerful. Many people are not broken by one big pain. They are broken by small daily betrayals of themselves. Every time they say yes when they want to say no, something inside them becomes tired. Every time they stay silent when they need to speak, their voice becomes weaker. Every time they ignore their dream, their heart becomes heavier. Every time they choose approval over peace, they move further away from themselves. So choosing yourself in small ways is how you come back. Start with your time. Ask yourself, where is my time going? Am I giving my best hours to things that do not help my life? Am I always available for others but never available for myself? Your time is your life. When you give your time to everything, you give your life to everything. So protect some time for yourself. Even 30 minutes a day. Use it to learn. Use it to rest. Use it to think. Use it to practice English. Use it to build your future. Use it to breathe. That small time can become your healing place. Next, choose yourself with boundaries. A boundary is not a wall. A boundary is a line of respect. It says, I care about you, but I will not destroy myself. I respect you, but I also respect myself. I can help, but I cannot carry everything. I can listen, but I also need peace. I love you, but I cannot accept disrespect. Boundaries are not rude. Boundaries are healthy. The people who truly respect you will try to understand your boundaries. The people who only benefited from your silence may not like them. But that is okay. Your job is not to be easy for everyone. Your job is to be honest with yourself. Also, choose yourself through your dreams. Many people delay their dreams because they are busy living for others. They say, after my family is happy, I will start. After people understand me, I will start. After I feel confident, I will start. After life becomes easy, I will start. But life may never become perfect. People may never fully understand. Confidence may not come before action. Sometimes you must start while life is still messy. Start small. Write one page. Practice one skill. Record one video. Speak 5 English sentences. Read one paragraph. Save a little money. Learn one useful thing. Do not wait for the perfect moment to choose yourself. The perfect moment is not coming, but a small moment is here. Use it. Choosing yourself also means choosing peace over unnecessary drama. Not every argument needs your answer. Not every opinion needs your explanation. Not every person deserves access to your energy. Sometimes peace means you do not react. Sometimes peace means you stay quiet. Sometimes peace means you leave the conversation. Sometimes peace means you stop trying to prove your worth. Your worth does not become higher because someone agrees with you. Your worth does not become lower because someone misunderstands you. So protect your peace, not with anger, not with pride, but with maturity. A peaceful person does not need to win every argument. A peaceful person chooses what is worth their energy. Let us take a simple example. Imagine your phone battery is only 10%. You will not open every app. You will not waste battery on useless things. You will protect it. Your energy is also like that. If your heart is tired, do not give your energy to everything. Choose carefully. Give energy to your growth. Give energy to your health. Give energy to your family if they are loving. Give energy to your work. Give energy to your dream. Give energy to your healing. But do not give your whole soul to people who only drain you. Choosing yourself in small ways is not selfish. It is survival. It is healing. It is self-respect. It is maturity. So today, do not ask, how can I change my whole life? Ask, what is one small way I can choose myself today? Maybe it is rest. Maybe it is saying no. Maybe it is drinking water. Maybe it is studying. Maybe it is leaving a toxic conversation. Maybe it is speaking kindly to yourself. Maybe it is starting the dream you keep delaying. One small choice can bring you back to yourself. And when you repeat that choice every day, your life slowly changes. Lesson 6. Positive self-talk. The way you talk to yourself matters deeply because you hear your own voice more than anyone else's voice. People may criticize you once, but you may repeat that criticism inside your mind 100 times. People may reject you once, but you may keep rejecting yourself every day. People may laugh at one mistake, but you may carry that mistake for years. That is why positive self-talk is important. Positive self-talk does not mean lying to yourself. It does not mean saying, "My life is perfect" when you are struggling. It does not mean saying, "I have no problems" when your heart is heavy. That is not real. Real positive self-talk is honest and kind. It sounds like this: I am struggling, but I am not giving up. I made a mistake, but I can learn. I feel weak today, but I can still take one small step. I am not perfect, but I am growing. I am scared, but I can try. I am healing slowly. I deserve respect. I matter too. This kind of self-talk is powerful because it does not deny your pain. It guides you through your pain. Many people speak to themselves in a way they would never speak to someone they love. They say, "I am useless. I am stupid. I always fail. I am not beautiful. I am not talented. I am not enough." But ask yourself honestly, would you speak like this to your best friend? Would you speak like this to a child? Would you speak like this to someone who is already hurt? No. Then why speak like this to yourself? You also need kindness. You also need encouragement. You also need patience. You also need support. Your inner voice should not become your enemy. It should become your guide. Imagine a small child learning to walk. The child falls many times. But you do not shout, "You are useless. Stop trying." No, you say, "Try again. You can do it. It is okay." One more step. That is how you must speak to yourself. Because inside every adult, there is still a part that needs gentle support. A part that is scared. A part that remembers old pain. A part that wants to be accepted. A part that wants to be loved. A part that wants to know, am I enough? And your answer must be, yes, I am enough to begin. Not perfect, not finished, not fully healed, but enough to begin. Positive self-talk also builds confidence. Confidence is not only created by success, confidence is also created by inner support. When you support yourself, you try more. When you try more, you learn more. When you learn more, you grow more. When you grow more, your confidence becomes real. For example, if you are learning English and you say, "My English is bad, I cannot speak," your mind becomes afraid. But if you say, "My English is improving, I can speak slowly," mistakes are part of learning. Your mind becomes open. Then you practice. Then you improve. Then your belief becomes stronger. Self-talk changes your direction. So from today, watch your words. When you catch yourself saying, "I cannot do this," change it to, "I can learn this step by step." When you say, "I always fail," change it to, "I have failed before, but I can improve." When you say, "I am too late," change it to, "I can start from where I am." When you say, "Nobody cares about me," change it to, "I will start caring for myself too." When you say, "I am not enough," Change it to, I am growing and I deserve respect. This is not weakness. This is training your mind. You cannot keep insulting yourself and expect to feel strong. You cannot keep rejecting yourself and expect to feel loved. You cannot keep destroying your own confidence and expect to rise peacefully. Your words are seeds. If you plant self-hate, pain will grow. If you plant patience, strength will grow. If you plant courage, action will grow. If you plant self-respect, peace will grow. So speak to yourself like someone you are responsible for healing. Because you are. Final message. Choosing yourself first is not about ego. It is not about becoming selfish. It is not about hurting people. It is not about saying, only I matter. Choosing yourself first means saying, I matter too. My peace matters too. My dreams matter too. My feelings matter too. My voice matters too. My future matters too. My life matters too. For a long time, maybe you chose everyone else. You adjusted. You stayed quiet. You forgave too many times. You gave too much. You ignored your own pain. You smiled when your heart was tired. You stayed in places where your soul did not feel safe. But now, slowly, peacefully, honestly, you can return to yourself. You can start choosing yourself again. Not in a loud way, not in an angry way, not in a selfish way, but in a mature way. Choose yourself by protecting your peace. Choose yourself by listening to your inner voice. Choose yourself by walking away from what keeps breaking you. Choose yourself by speaking kindly to yourself. Choose yourself by building your dream. Choose yourself by resting when you are tired. Choose yourself by saying no when your heart knows it is necessary. Choose yourself by becoming the person your future self will thank you for. And remember this, you are not too late. You are not too broken. You are not too weak. You are not too far behind. You can begin again. You can heal. You can grow. You can become peaceful. You can become stronger. You can become honest with yourself. You can choose yourself one small step at a time. Do not spend your whole life trying to become enough for people who never see your worth. See your own worth. Respect your own heart. Protect your own peace. And come back to yourself, because the life you are trying to save by pleasing everyone may be the same life you are losing. So today, choose yourself. Gently, bravely, honestly, peacefully, because you are so worth it.